What's up, y'all? Whitaker here from Grind City Media. It's time for another Cooking with Lang. Look, the other night I asked my wife, what do you want for dinner? She said, I want something light and fresh and tasty. Not a lot of guidance. So I went to the refrigerator, I found some stuff, I put together an orzo with shrimp and tomatoes and some fresh herbs and lemon, and it's gonna be awesome and it's quick. We're gonna make it in one pan and we'll have it on the table in under half an hour. This is something you can put in the fridge when you're done. You can eat it fresh, you can eat it hot, you can eat it cold, whatever. I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna show you how to make it. Let's do it together. You're watching Cooking with Lang. Okay, we said this is gonna be fast and quick and easy, and I've already got this pan going. It's not on high, it's on like a medium high. We're going in with olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And I've got a shallot here. This is one shallot that I diced up earlier. I'm gonna throw it in. I'm gonna add in a little bit of salt and pepper and just let this shallot start to sweat a little bit and give off some of its juices, let it get a little soft. And while that happens, we got tomatoes here. I'm gonna start cutting them up and they're gonna go in there with that shallot. The shallots have been cooking for 4 minutes, something like that. Tomatoes are mostly cut in half. And I'm gonna go in with them here. You know, you don't have to use a shallot. You could use an onion if you wanted to. Fennel would be really good with this too. Just any sort of something from that family, garlic, whatever you like. When I made this previously at the beach for my wife, I actually roasted the tomatoes and garlic together. But I'm just trying to get dinner on the table and make everyone happy and healthy and smile. So these are cooked. I'm going in with these tomatoes. You'll hear them sizzle a little bit. These are gonna give off some juice as they cook down too. It's all gonna be kind of part of the broth situation that we cooked the orzo with. So I'm gonna go in with these, let these cook for about 3 or 4 minutes and just start to cook. Our tomatoes have been cooking for about 5 minutes and you can see they're starting to get a little kind of jammy and soft. They're breaking down. There's a nice little pool of liquid now in this pan, and that's where we're gonna cook our orzo. And if you wanna talk pasta, orzo looks like rice, little tiny pieces of pasta, and they're gonna cook pretty quickly and give off some starch. It's gonna help thicken this whole thing here. So now we'll go in with our orzo. This is about 2 cups of orzo. I'm gonna give it a stir and let it kind of toast in that liquid a little bit. The tomato juice absorb some of those flavors. And then if we're gonna cook it in liquid, you could use water, you could use vegetable stock, whatever you want. I have some low sodium chicken stock. I have about 4 cups of it here. And I'm just gonna add enough to sort of cover it and give it enough liquid to cook in. And we're almost gonna treat it like a risotto. It's gonna cook in the same pan with these tomatoes. Let's see, that's about 2 cups. We'll let that come to a boil and just kind of simmer away. So we added enough liquid, we added enough broth, whatever you're gonna use, stock, to cover the pasta. And then also, like, it's gonna absorb some of this. So whatever's left, I'm keeping it nearby. I'm gonna stick near here. It's probably gonna take about 8 to 10 minutes to cook. If it starts to get a little dry, I'll add a little bit more, just a splash, to kind of keep it liquidy and soupy. While the orzo cooks, I'm just getting this protein ready. This is pre-cooked shrimp. They're really small, they're nice and sweet. I'm just cutting them into like bite-sized pieces so that people can eat them without needing a knife. And once this is cooked, I'm just gonna throw these in there. So we wanna give this a little lift at the end, add a little acidity and flavor. I'm gonna zest a lemon and get all this awesome lemon rind flavor in there. And then with the lemon, I'm gonna squeeze the juice in there too. been 10 minutes. This orzo's done. It's just shy of done, actually. It's got a little bite to it, which is perfect. So I'm gonna turn the heat off over here. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more broth in here because as it sits, it's gonna absorb the liquid. So, but you can see that consistency. It's almost like a stew. It looks awesome. So I'm gonna let that sit here and get the last couple things ready to go in here, and it'll be time to eat. Last couple of things we're gonna do here, I've got some dill, which is a great friend of shrimp and lemon and tomatoes. I'm giving it kind of a rough chop. You can cut these stems too if you want. They have a lot of flavor. I'm gonna go in with all this. We'll stir that in a second. I've also got those shrimp that I took the tails off of and made them into bite-sized pieces. They're already cooked. They're a little cold, but as they sit in here, they're gonna warm up. So I'm gonna go in with those. I'm gonna stir all this in, and then we're gonna get this plated up and ready to go. Time for the best part. Let's eat. Got a big spoonful here. Hopefully I get some shrimp, some tomato, a little bit of all of it in here at the same time. The tomatoes are so soft. It gives it a little acid. The pasta's cooked perfectly, chewy. The shrimp is nice and cold and perfectly cooked through. Sweet, the dill, the lemon, it's all there. It's awesome. You could even throw in some like capers with this, some feta cheese if you want a little salty, briny thing. Anything briny, salty, olives might even work. But I made this start to finish in 15 minutes. This is gonna feed my family tonight and for lunch tomorrow. And it was super easy to do. I just did it. You can totally do this and we can do it together. You're watching Cooking with Like.